Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Friday, May 30th. Flex Friday on PrizePicks. Make sure you take advantage of that protected play on your promotions tab and opt in. We got a full slate of MLB, 15 MLB games on slate. We got 5 WNBA games, and luckily we have no NBA today until tomorrow. Seems like the Pacers did not come out and play. If you took any of the Knicks players, you should have cashed on any of those props. But hopefully we got MLB today and WNBA, so hopefully they are kind to us and cash out their slips. First one we're going to go with is going to be Max Fried. Big matchup against the Dodgers, probably the most anticipated matchup for the weekend. I like every prop. I like his pitcher strikeouts at 5. I mean, you can get his demon at 5.5 right now. But the Dodgers have faced Max Fried plenty of times when he was with the Braves. So not sure if he's going to be up there in strikeouts as far as 6 to 8, 9 strikeouts as I have him projected. He might just land on 5 and still have a great quality start. So at 5 strikeouts, I'm most likely going to pivot to his 4.5. But given it's Flex Friday, I'll just probably stick to his original line at 5. Or I can pivot to his fantasy score, which you can get him at 28.5. This is pretty low for a guy who's undefeated still. Obviously, he does have a tough matchup against the Dodgers. But he pitches very well against the Dodgers, so pitcher fantasy score, pitcher strikeouts are both in play, whichever you may choose. I think both of them are great value. DG Fantasy has them going over at a slightly rate at 52%. Usually I like to take props 53% or more. But any of these two for Max Fried I think is a go. Next up for pitcher strikeouts that I like is going to be Kyle Harrison at 4.5 is pretty low. This is a high strikeout pitcher. He is fairly rookie, make a second season in the bigs. But for Kyle Harrison, I think his best spot for him will be his Gobby at 3.5. That's an option right there. Going against Miami, Miami does strike out a lot. So Kyle Harrison, 3.5, that's probably the best option for him. Next up is David Peterson. Going against Colorado, Colorado has the highest strikeout rate in MLB, just followed by Miami as well. But David Peterson, 6 strikeouts at original line. I think he pushes, or maybe he clears it over and gets double digits. I mean, look at this one. He had 7 strikeouts against the Dodgers, 6 strikeouts against the Diamondbacks, 2 teams that are hard to strike out. Both of them are top offenses in the MLB as well. So now he has a favorable matchup. So you can take his pitcher strikeouts. Maybe his higher paying out Gobby will be best at 5.5. Or you can take his pitcher fantasy score. Let's see if they actually have his fantasy score up. They do have his hits allowed. So they have his fantasy score pretty high. 37.5. I mean, he's higher than Max Fried. So at 37.5, he was managed to get 48 against the Dodgers. Pitched very, very well. Now with the favorable matchup, I think he clears that line. So at 37.5, same thing with Max Fried. I think both of them, either pitcher strikeouts or pitcher fantasy score, are both good. Now let's head on over with the hitters. I think top hitter for me is going to be Jose Ramirez. That's a 21-game hitting streak. Going against Jose Soriano against the Angels. Hits over 400 against them, so the matchup is there for him to go off. I think he continues his hitting streak, so Jose Ramirez definitely gonna have on my slate. Probably my top hitter for MLB today, followed by Judge and Ohtani, given the high stakes in that matchup. So for Jose Ramirez, probably gonna pivot to his fantasy score 8.5. He does have stolen base potential. As you can see, he had a great series against the Dodgers, and we know the Dodgers have good pitching. Now he has a favorable matchup going against the Angels. So hitter fantasy score probably best if you don't want to take his Gobby. But I'm going to ride the hot hand. 21-game hitting streak. Jose Ramirez batting over 400 against Jose Soriano. So he should go off. Should be the most popular play, to be honest, if they actually do the research. Let's see if he's actually in the popular tab. And they do not. They do not have. So this is a sneaky pick. I say you take this one. Jose Ramirez, best hitter on the slate today. He should go over. Next up is going to be Acuna. And for Ronald, ever since he came off the IL, he's had a hit in every single game. He has his own mini little hitting streak as well. But for Ronald Acuna, I think not his hitter fantasy score, Going against Boston, Lucas Giolito, he does allow a lot of hits. So for Ronald Aquino, I think his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs would probably be best if you can find it. Unfortunately, it's at 1.5 Gabi. You can take a shot at his hitter fantasy score. He hasn't stolen a base yet, but he does have high runs, RBIs, home run potential. I mean, if he hits a home run, he usually cashes this. So the best options right now, at least for right now, it will be his Gabi hits, runs, and RBIs, or his fantasy score if you want to go that route. Next up is Aaron Judge. He's at 2.5. Tony Gonsolin's pitching today. So for Aaron Judge, you can see he's had a couple bad games against the Angels. I mean, he's still batting over 380. I mean, this guy's insane. Probably going after another MVP. He's probably going to win another MVP at this rate. I mean, hitter fantasy score at 9. I mean, I think the Dodgers do have his number. He didn't do that much in the World Series against Dodgers pitching. So, I mean, you can take a shot on Aaron Judge. I think 0.5 would probably be best. Or you can take a higher paying out Gabi at 1.5. But you can never rule out Judge. I mean, he can go off any day. Next up is Ohtani. Same thing with him. Has all tools. But for him, probably going to go with his hitter strikeouts. 0.5. I think Max Fried gets him one time. I mean, he averages 1 strikeout per game. So that's probably the best option for him. So let's head on over to WNBA, where we have 5 WNBA games. My Flex Friday slip will consist of probably 3 MLB props and 3 WNBA props. First one on the board, we got on the popular tab, A'ja Wilson. And this might be an under here. I know she's a face of the WNBA, but asking 26 points, especially going against the Sparks. I mean, where they have Hamby. So at 26 points, asking a lot. You might want to just pivot to her PRA. I think her PRA is a little bit too high at 40.5. I mean, she can go off. She has a ceiling of 50, maybe more. But she just hasn't quite got there. So maybe her PRA will be the under here. I think the person who's going to have a bigger game is going to be Kelsey Plum, facing her former team. So for A'ja Wilson, most likely I'm going to pivot to her PRA and take the under. This is probably the only time I'm going to be taking the under on her. I think it's too inflated. It's too early in the season. She's one of the candidates for MVP once again. But for A'ja Wilson, PRA is a little bit too high. I'm going to be taking the under. Probably the last time I'll be taking the under on her. But next up is Kelsey Plum, former teammate. She finally gets to have her revenge game. A team that traded her, that she was with for 6 years. So I think Kelsey Plum comes out and does her thing. So, and I think everything's in play for her. Fantasy score, points. I think she comes out and chucks the ball. Her assists will be there, obviously. She's known for distributing the ball. So I think fantasy score or her points alone. She did go off in her debut with the Sparks, and she had over 25 points. I mean, she's been scoring at will against pretty good, solid teams. So her points, she's going to be highly motivated. I think her points is definitely in play. If we can actually find her points. So PrizePicks actually took off her regular line as points. Unbelievable. So they do have a demon, 34.5. So they only have Gobbies as of now for PrizePicks. So you might want to take her on other platforms. I'm most likely going to pivot to her on Chalkboard and take her points there, or even on Sleeper. But here on PrizePicks, her fantasy score is the only one I like. Next up, we're going to go with Sabrina. And for Sabrina, I like her rebounds and assists. Rebounds is solid. That might push. But she's been clearing her rebounds line. I mean, her demon is actually popular at 4.5. And she actually has a good matchup against the Washington Mystics. Assists at 4. These might push, though. So her rebounds and assists might be the best option here at 8.5. I was hoping it'll be at 8, but I'll take it at 8.5. Let's head on over to Natasha Cloud. I'm going to go right back to her. Unfortunately, she's missed twice. The first week, she was a wagon. We're into the second week, almost the third week. She's failed twice that I've taken her. Her production has come down. I think she bounces back in this one. Going against Washington, she plays very well against Washington. So Natasha Cloud, I'm going to take another shot with her. Hopefully it's not a third time in a row, but I'm going to be taking Natasha Cloud. Rebounds and assists, that might be the go. And fantasy scores also in play, but I'm just going to stick with her rebounds and assists, and hopefully she comes through. Since it's Flex Friday, why not? It's protected. And one more I like to mention, and that is going to be Gabby Williams. Going against the Atlanta Dream. I think she goes off today as far as points. Let's see if they have her regular line as points. And of course, PrizePicks does not have the regular line on points. So that's another one. I'm going to pivot to chalkboard. Man, PrizePicks is some stingy with these lines. Gabby Williams, you got to have Gabby Williams today. Points, just take it solid points once they put up a regular line. But PrizePicks always ahead of the game. That's why they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They should have a regular lineup. Take it on chalkboard and other places. But Gabby Williams, definitely got to take her today. Good matchup. Matches well against Atlanta today. These are the 5 that I like for WNBA. I do have a couple more, but I'll have those on my cord. But these are the 5 that I like. So you guys can mix and match. Add 1 or 2 to your Flex Friday slip along with the MLB props. So good luck. Hope you all have a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and see you guys in the next one.